this could have been a TP here because the ribbon is coming down and you went into overbought again and you wait for that column drop. Right here would have been fine. Now remember, you could always have gotten back in on continuation trades, but we're not going over that today. We're just going over taking profit and securing money for you. All right, so here's another move up. I'm assuming that you still have some left on the trade, and ribbon is going up. Okay, now you got the column drop, ribbon drop. Again, you can get out here, or here, all of which would have been fine, and that's at 96.8. Again, that was from your original trade at 90K. And that's all I'm going to go over on Bitcoin, and we can look at Ethereum as well. Anybody have any questions on that?
I have a question. On that, no. But why is YouTube such trash? It is such trash. It's the only platform that gives me a hard time when we're streaming.
Oh no. Is it messing us up right now?
Well, I don't care about YouTube, but
Oh, okay.
I mean we're multi-streaming, so fuck 'em.
All right. No idea. All right, so here we are with Ethereum. Okay, I know the price action screen is very busy, but we're going to focus on the par down below anyway. So again, wake up, check the high time frame, make sure that is in the right spot. You want it either in the right spot or going in the right direction. All right, so let's go Ethereum. This is Monday, right? Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, so very similar. Okay, you have bull div forming, okay? Columns are dropping way down into oversold. They have to move back up. I mean, the relative strength oscillates all the time. It's going to go up and down. When it comes down, it's got to go back up. So when it does, if the ribbon is not even down where it was before and it's a higher low and it's way down here, this has got to turn. I mean, it's going to affect the higher time frames, and it's the way I have it set up. It's designed to do that. So this was a little bit later in the day, actually, not at 5 a.m. like Bitcoin. It had a little bit of a delay. So Ethereum was looking ready at around 7 or 8 a.m. Right. So now we're going to focus on the mid time frame. Monday in the morning. Okay, so actually mid time frame. Okay, so you see how the ribbon's really coming down. All the lines are coming down. Yes, the column turned up here, but that's not where I would recommend getting in. Okay, you can knife catch, but I would say here, as it's really bottomed out and it made this little pop down and then pop up, that was at 120. However, we're not using this for entry. We're saying, okay, this is low, and the columns are very low on the 50 minute. All right, so that's trying to just pinpoint the time. Yeah, it's still about 8-9 a.m. All right, so now let's go to the 5 minute. And let's go to Monday. Now we're going to look at the 5. So we know we're interested in a long on the high time frame and mid time frame. So if the 5 is ready and it gives that signal, all 3 of them are going to be supporting you. So that's why we got such a good move from Monday morning. All right, here we go. Okay. So 8-9 o'clock. All right, so the scalp already started to turn, right? Already started to turn. Now, if you got in here, you're early and you probably would have gotten stopped out. By definition, this was a signal. However, gotta watch the divergence between the columns and the actual ribbon. This is too much, right? So it's going to want to kind of fill that gap, which it did over here. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is something I haven't really gone over a lot, but you have a divergence between the 5 minute and the rest of the lines. So it's going to naturally want to come back and rebalance, I call it. And here you got a bullish divergence. Okay, so if you got in here and your stop was below the swing low, I mean, you might be out $25, $30 move on ETH. Not the end of the world. But this will kind of help you when you're taking entries on these. But again, we're going to focus on taking profits. Okay, here you had the rebalance. Column turned up right here. But fair enough, the ribbon wasn't exactly pointing up yet. Okay, so you can wait until the 5 minute crosses the 0 line and the ribbon turns up. So that would get you in at 3045, and your stop is below the swing low here. Okay, now I showed my entry in the group, and I did get in. I think it was like 29.53 because of this right here. The column turned up, and I just knew that everything being bullish, that this was going to form a bull div. I front ran it a little bit, but let's say you're waiting for that conservative entry. So that would be here at 30.43. Your stop is below here. Okay, so you would have been in this for a while, kind of maybe a little bit concerned because it's not going right away. But nevertheless, you're just riding this trade. There's no reason to get out. Your stop is down here at 29.25. Okay, now, so we're waiting for a swing up into overbought, and that is happening here. Wait for the ribbon. The ribbon's going up, up, up. All right, right here you had your first drop. This is a TP1 to secure profit, and that's at 31.36 from not even such a great entry here at 30.50. So that's an $86 move on ETH. That's pretty good. You're out, and now your stop is, you can put your stop at break even, or maybe below the swing here, right? So at 29.73. And so that's your TP1, $85 move. And then the next day, you got a narrow CPR setting up. Okay, so this is usually going to tell you that the price is going to trend. You're already in the trade, and now your stop is at break even. So this is good. Like now you're just waiting for this to push a trend on you. So you're gonna just ride that out. Ribbon's kind of going sideways. You can always take a look at the mid time frame too. That's just going up nice and strong. There's no reason to really get out yet. And let me zoom out a little bit. And sure enough, you got your big move here. Okay. So spikes up. The ribbon is making a bullish or a bearish divergence right here. Okay. So you're ready to take TP right here because it's way overbought on the 5 minute. As soon as that drops right here, the 15 was turning down. Maybe the 30 wasn't. So you wait one more candle and you're out right here just as it came back below the R1 DeMark daily pivot. And that would have gotten you out at 32.38 for TP2.
You want to show exactly which indicator that is, the where you do the demark?
Absolutely. All right, so for the traditional pivots and yeah, for all the traditional pivots, I have a daily, which includes the CPR, which is here in pink. This is the Cartoon Money Printers Pivot Extreme, and I have daily, weekly, and monthly for traditional. Okay, I can get in the setup. If you have any questions on the setup, hit me up. I'll go over that. I just don't want to go into that now. For this daily demark, that's from the indicator that is Trading Views default, and it's just pivot points standard right here. This is just the trade. There's no author. Right on that, you would go in and you just set it up on the daily. DM is demark, and that's it. I don't want to open up all the rest, but that's daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. Okay. And what I've done for me is the higher the time frame on the pivots, the wider the line. So this is the yellow right here. That's the yearly, but you can see there's a red line. That's the monthly stacked right on top of it, which makes sense because we're in the first month. And then you also have the bottom of a monthly CPR right here too. So this 3420, which I think it came into play later on, but that was a very strong resistance. Anyway, back to ETH. I think we said TP2, right, Mickey? For here at 3240.
I think that was TP1, but I may be mistaken.
Now TP1 was over here. Remember when it
Oh yeah,
dropped right here? And that was at 3130 from our entry of, yeah, that was an $85 move. And then TP2 was right here as it made a bearish divergence, and the column went from overbought and then dropped. As soon as that 5 minute closes, you take it, you get out, and you secure profit and you let the rest ride. A lot of exchanges you can have two trades on the same coin. One will be in isolated and the other in cross. So this particular trade I had on isolated, and if I'm interested in any scalp shorts while I'm in this trade, I would just use the other one. I would use cross and scalp, but there is no reason to get out of this. You've secured profit, 2 TPs, and you got your stop at break even or a little bit higher if you want. So let's look for the third TP on that. Okay, so it was, the first one was here, second one was here, and you also had another pivot there. So there's 2 pivots stacked. It went over them and it got rejected. So that was a good TP. And look at that. It went back down to give you, if you wanted to go in for a re-entry, it came down here. Could have re-entered here or here as you had a bull div back on the scalp ribbon again. At any rate, so this was your TP2 at 3240. It doesn't make any sense to TP again until it breaks out of that or stops you out. All right, so that's what we're waiting for. And right here, you had the breakout. Okay, so now we're going to watch the ribbon again. Right, it's going up, 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 and you're not even thinking about TPing until it's overbought, starts to flatten, and then you look for that 5-minute column drop, which I'll kind of zoom in. Right here, it dropped with the ribbon flat, and that's a TP3 right there. And that's it. Now it's at 33.44, so you're up about 300 in the trade. Not even if you got the best entry. All right, so now you got your runner or your fourth position. I usually will take 3 parts out and then a runner. So now you got a runner, and you also are getting a short signal here. So I didn't short ETH today, I shorted Bitcoin. But here you'd be out because you got a bear div on the scalp low time frame ribbon, and the mid time frame is well into overbought, and it confirmed by turning down now. So that's where we're at right now. And that was also a move over the yearly pivot, monthly pivot. Remember when I said earlier that was going to come into play, that 3420? Well, that's what happened. It came over it, got rejected by the quarterly pivot here. If you were really on top of it, you could have actually taken the TP here because you had the scalp ribbon overbought and the column started to drop. So actually, that did show a signal right here, and that's at 34.55. And you're fully out of the trade now. No sense being in it when the mid time frame is overbought and the scalp ribbon made a bearish divergence and coming down. Any questions?
Anybody?
And if anybody has a coin that they want me to look at, I can do that next. But I just wanted to show the journey on ETH and Bitcoin with the taking profits using the par, and also considering the levels. If you're using fibs, you can look for par to be getting close to where you're ready to take the profit. If you're at a level, you can just take it, or you can wait for the reaction. It's your choice. Everybody has different methods how they do it. But I'm definitely down to look at a coin or two with you guys. If not, I'm pretty much done there. XRP. That's a good one. Excellent. For Penny Pocket. XR Penny. All right, here we go. XRP, USDT.P. Any particular exchange? I'll do Binance unless you tell me otherwise, or Bybit. Glad to see you back trading. All right, Binance. Binance it is. All right. So I'm just gonna look for a mid time frame entry on XRP, and then I'll walk it up there to show how I would take profit. All right, good run. All right, this thing started running like a week ago. All right, so I see the entry. Okay. Ignore the price chart right now. All right, so here's the mid time frame, and this is not bullish divergence because this made a new low here. So here's where you really start to watch for entries on XRP. And the pivots got it really busy, so I apologize for that. But I want to keep them on because I want to watch pivots too. All right, so again, you see the divergence here? So even if you did take this, right, because of this divergence, you would just probably take profit right away. This is not the proper entry right here. And yes, you may have missed this spike down with par, and that's fine. We're not trying to catch the bottom. Right here, it's coming down. The columns are way oversold here. Okay, now they started to move up, but the ribbon's still coming down. All right, now we're coming down again for the retest, and it's starting to turn. So right here is your entry. All right, put a mark there. Okay, because as soon as that turned up, the ribbon was also turning up, and with the ribbon turning up, that confirmed a bull div on the ribbon here. Okay, you can see, if you guys want me to draw a line, I will, but you go from here, higher, low, and price actually was a little bit lower from before. All right, so there's our entry. Again, you can narrow it down to the low time frame for the precise entry, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So let's go to the 5 minute, and we need to go back to, what was that, 6? Should have been on the 7. Okay, let's go in. Yeah, it was the next day, right? I gotta go back and get the exact date. It was on the 9th, sorry. Okay, so let me go back to the 5 minute, go to the 9th. Bear with me here. Calendar, the 9th. Here we go. Okay, so that was on Thursday. Wow, it really led the market, didn't it? Crazy. Okay. So that the entry or the time of interest to go in the long on the mid time frame was pretty precise with the low time frame. Here we have bullish divergence, column moved up, and right here where I marked it, it crossed the 0 line, ribbon is moving up, so you're safe to enter. As soon as that ribbon turns, that's like your safe entry. And this is also divergence. And now we're going to look at taking profit. All right, so we're in. Okay, you have a little kind of overbought and fell back
Penny,
down, but the
yourself?
ribbon's going up.
Penny,
Oh, Penny? Want to mute the mic for a sec?
he's good. Go ahead and continue.
Okay, so you're not getting out here. Besides, it hasn't really moved anywhere. I mean, it's basically right at your entry. So you just let it ride, okay? Right, 5 minutes going up and down, but nothing really over here. Overbought, and then a drop, but the ribbon is still trending up. Okay, and here we go. All right, so way overbought, and the ribbon is high. Now, if you say the ribbon was still going up there, fine, you hold it, and then you got a little bit of a retest, rebalance here on the 5 minute, and then on this drop, you got the ribbon turning down. If you want to be safe and wait, make sure you really know all the lines are turning down. You're out right here at 231, and your entry was here at 227. Right, that's TP1, and on this, Mickey was talking about how he hates trading it because if you had your stop under swing low or break even, you're stopped out. Right? That's how it works sometimes. So you got out at
does
231.
that. It is such a shit coin to trade. It's
Yeah.
just wick happy. It'll always stop you out.
So, all right. So you captured that TP1. You're stopped out, break even. However, the mid time frame is still going up, right? So it did you dirty, right? And scalp time frames coming. All right, so pretty much. Well, this is where you got stopped out. Okay, so now you're stopped out, but it's still bullish, and you're like, okay, I want to get back in. All right. Right here, oversold. Next column up, you could have entered here on the blue vector candle, and that's one thing I want to mention is that when you get a signal on the par and it's a vector candle, that's usually really good. And this shows it right here. You got a vector candle, and now the ribbon's coming down. So if you want to wait till it turns back up, to get in here at 228. Your stop is under swing low, so you're fine. But you also have a signal right here too, and that's at 227.6. Basically the same spot. So let's just call it 228 your entry. Okay, so now scalp ribbon's coming up, and XRP is really erratic, and it still works with XRP, but I'm telling you, it's much better with the bigger coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So right here, column overbought, the drop, ribbon's still going up, so you could wait 1, 2, and that could be your TP1 right here. That's at 234 from 228. That's not bad. Let's take it. All right, so TP1, you're still in the trade. Stop at break even, and let's just see how far we can ride it. Okay, so it's going sideways. You're just waiting. You go and trade something else, go do something else, and you wait for a big swing up on the ribbon or a big swing up in price, one or the other. All right, here we go. All right, so you're still in the trade at 228. Scalp ribbon coming up. Overbought and drop, but the ribbon's going up. Overbought and drop, but the ribbon's going up. Overbought and drop. Ribbon's still going up. Right? But now the ribbon starts to drop. So you can TP here. But remember the divergence I've talked about? And it's fine. You can still take the TP, right? Because you're 228 and now you're at 241 for TP2. But because of this divergence, it's probably gonna swing back up, and it did. But let's just say we're out here TP2 because you have the rule of the ribbon going overbought and then turning. Okay, and you could have maybe right here as the columns dropped, could have gotten out because it was already really overbought on the ribbon too. Right. So we still have 50% on this trade. Get rid of this drawing. Let's maybe put your stop below this consolidation area, right? 232. So now you can put your stop profit a little bit. Okay, so you're riding the trade. Nothing to do yet. Nothing to do yet. Yes, a couple overboughts here, but the ribbon's coming up strong. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. All right, now you got the divergence again. The 5-minute went way away from the ribbon. It's got to come back. You wait for it. You're already in profit, and price is going up. It's not showing much bearish action here. Here we go. So you've got overbought again on the columns. You wait for the drop, and the ribbon's coming down. Anywhere in here would have been a good TP. And let's say you got like kind of a bad exit, 256. So there's TP3 at 256, and now you got your runner left. And look at that. It just kind of grinded down for the whole next day. I mean, yes, it zoomed up to 3. It's 305 right now. But you still have your runner in. But you would have been waiting a couple days for it to do anything. But you actually had some more buy signals later on. So that's XRP for you.
All right, let's see what chat has to say. We got a few in there.
Do you have a strategy adjustment if you're looking for a long-term swing? Well, remember I was saying on Bitcoin and ETH that I got in. I mean, I saw the swing setup on the par was over here. I'll go back to it. Let me go back to Bitcoin. Make it easy. And I did swing it. I shorted at 100, 500. Yeah, 100, 500. I put that in chat, and that was after I longed at 89.5. So let me go to the 3 hour. And let's not even look at the scalp, right? But we can just focus on the mid and the high time. All right, so and you know what I'm gonna do is go to a much cleaner look here. All right, so on the 3 hour, we're focused on the high time frame. Okay. All right, so your entry on the high time frame would be right here. You would argue and say that the ribbon's still coming down, okay? But I knew that this being oversold, and then the next one going, it's turning up, and that's going to turn the ribbon up. But let's say you wanted really solid confirmation. Right here, it's obvious that the ribbon turned up and the columns are going up. And this is definitely making a bullish divergence. And that would have gotten you in at around 93. And just now, it got up to 100. I think it hit 101, right? So I mean, that's only 2 days. Do you consider that a swing? I mean, I consider a $7,000 move in Bitcoin pretty swingy, you know? And it may not be done because look at the ribbon. It's coming up. I think it's just going to come back and do a sweep, and it might go higher, looking at it. Plus, you see how the high of the high time frame ribbon over here, and this could come up a little bit and turn down, and it might want to make a bearish divergence. But in order for that to happen, you want price to go over this and SFP it. So you want to see something like that up to like maybe 104 and then drop. So this could happen too. So I'm ready for either way. I'm in my short right now, but probably gonna TP it soon as I get off here, because it's $1,000 move since I got in, and then just put the stop at break even because there's a good chance it's gonna swing up to 104, and if it does, I don't think it'll be like a half-hour move. I think it could take a few hours and probably Thursday morning New York Open, because there's just been a lot of data this week. So that's what I look at for swing. But when these columns were down here and you want a little bit more precise, you go to the mid time frame, and that brings you back again to this over. That brings you back to here because that's a bull div on the ribbon, and that was a turn up on the columns. So that brings you back down to the 91K entry. Does that help? What do the different color vectors mean? Mickey is the guy for that.
Color vectors. I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about.
On your
Oh,
from the
the vector
CMP
candles.
trader package.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so
Let me close off. Hold on, before you go into it, let me clean it up a little bit here. There we go. All right, so there's blue. There's
okay, so
there's the
yeah,
bright green,
so
bright
the
red.
the blue and the green are the blue is I think 50% volume in that candle, and green is over 100% volume in that candle. And then inversely, the pink is 50%, and then the red is over 100% volume in that candle. Those vector candles signify essentially a major move or a market maker making a play. So they also make really good volume candles for ICT, and so a lot of those candles will get a retracement to at least 50% of the candle, if not the whole candle gets reclaimed. So, for example, the green one that's there, the current price action, I think likely is going to either be eaten up at some point, or at least 50% of the candle is going to be consumed. Um, is the theory behind it?
Are you talking about right here, Mickey?
Yeah, correct.
And that makes sense because I think they're going to do a little sweep before they do come up here, right? And look at, and this is just over previous week high too. So let's see. Let me just.
So those candles make what in ICT is called a fair value gap more often than not. There's a lot of volume
Yeah.
in there and a lot of price action that price wants to nibble at. So if you look at the red candle behind, all the way to the left by where the names of the indicators are, that one got completely reclaimed by the green candle we're talking about. And the same with that red candle down there too. Yeah, they all get reclaimed. It's high volume. You'll probably see them during certain market sessions. Seeing them off market sessions is a little bit more rare, but it's not uncommon.
So this could happen right here.
If you want to run a fib on that candle and just they can get an idea where the 50% marker is. Yeah,
Right here.
yeah. Run a fib from the bottom of that candle to the top of that
Yeah.
candle.
The body or the whole thing, including the wick?
Including the wick.
Okay. So yeah, that brings. Well, I actually drew the line almost touching the golden pocket and then back up. But
yeah,
it's essentially. I mean, it's a few $100 off. You know, it's like a difference of a couple $100.
which it very well could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
But I think
at least
that it's gonna
50% of the
be
candle.
Yeah, and we had a nice rejection from the monthly pivot too. See that?
Yeah.
Monthly pivot and the previous day high. Which
Now,
happens all
something
the time.
interesting. Go to the weekly or the monthly chart. So yeah, you see those big green candles there?
Yeah.
That's a lot of price action that got skipped all in that area. There's a lot of fair value gaps that I have traced there. And if you
That's
run a
by
fib,
Mickey.
yeah, if you run a fib too, a fib, my fib is lining up perfectly with those fair value gaps in there.
All right. So, are you fibbing this candle or both of them together?
I don't have my trading view up. Let me see.
Well, let me do this big one down here. %50 on that, the first big green one, and the candle before it wicked right to that 50%. So that 50%, and it's a high from over here, and an R1 pivot. Oh boy, that's gonna be That is a huge 73,678.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a
there's a lot
huge
of
sport.
price action, and I wouldn't be surprised if they front ran it and then brought it back up. But those areas right in that pocket. So I ran the fib from Thursday, October 10th. If you want to go to the daily, to the peak of where it's at now. Do it the other way. Your fib is wrong. It's upside down.
So you want me to do extension?
No,
Or,
do the fib retracement,
and then just start
and then
from up here.
from
Right?
that bottom red candle on the 10th. Right.
Right here.
Yeah, October 10th. So that red candle, the lowest low.
Oh, okay. That's over here.
Yep.
What about over here? August.
I went to the beginning of the run. So I'd say the beginning of the run was that candle on the 10th.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could argue this too, but okay,
Yeah,
I'll do it. Alright.
And then I brought it all the way to the top of that wick right there.
Okay.
Look at that golden pocket. Like it's right in there.
Yeah, it's the same, pretty much the same spot. Yeah, 73 and change.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is gonna want to get filled too. This single prints right
Yep.
here.
The 50% is right there at R1.
Yeah. 79.8, and then yeah, it's probably most likely gonna fill this soon too. 82 to 85 area.
Yeah. But I mean, with the inauguration, it might be another bull run. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Sure.
Especially with some of the sauce that's cooking in the administration as far as crypto.
Yeah. Probably 0.5 if you pull from the lowest low too. What date, Froggy?
It probably means that wick, that one wick all the way at the low. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, a little bit lower, 72, 768.
And then that would be a bounce right off at the top of the recent that high before the pump.
Yeah.
So there's
this
obvious support right there.
Yeah. That's definitely a good spot too. But is there going to be any weakness until he gets in office? I don't know.
World news. I mean, honestly, at this point, I think like we'd have to like something would happen. You know, Russia sets off a nuke or something stupid.
Or they're one of their dirty deeds they're going to do. You know, and I put it in the chat. I don't even know who the guy is. He's a White House correspondent, like Jean-Luc or whatever. And he was saying, and it's a pretty good chance something big is going to happen in the next. Well, he goes, and then he's like, well, you know how the year's been going. Like he's kind of like hinting that something's going to happen. So.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the powers that be try to kneecap the presidency, and the best way to kneecap him would be to ruin the economy. Which actually he would
thinking that too.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
But
actually, with
everybody's coming in now at the end of the sentence.
Yeah. Well, actually, with that too, I think that would give him a unique opportunity, and it'll backfire, because that would give him more power to deal with that situation, and then he'd be able to do more. He'd have more legs to run, as opposed to what they're intending is to like cripple him and then blame everything on him.
Yeah.
So yeah,
they got a few days to do it still.
Yeah. So major levels that I'm looking at is 83 649, 77 720, then 73 520, And then
Do you mind? Did you put a
69.
chart in the chart channel?
I did. I DM'd you one.
Oh,
That's the
okay,
same
thank
chart.
you. Yeah.
I
Great.
can DM it to you again if you want.
No. But yeah. We're on the daily. I wonder if, I mean, there's a chance to get a 3 inside down here, but I don't know. It's
Right now on the daily, we have bearish market structure.
Dude.
But you know, like,
and you got this bearish engulfing right here, this vector, and you're technically bearish until you break and close over that on the daily. As far as candles go.
So it's one of those things where I think it's going to be news driven.
I mean, I guess just play the range right now.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, is playing the range.
91 to, you know.
And right now we're at the high of the fixed range volume profile. So.
Okay. Makes sense.
Wait, what? Is that the R1 or RS1, or are those different ranges or deviations?
Mickey was talking about it. We're at the top of the value area.
Yeah, which is kind of where the previous daily high was in the R1. That's exactly where it's a little bit lower. You can actually pull a fixed range volume profile so they can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, where are you pulling the volume profile from?
It's in this range. I pulled it from what date is this? I pulled it from Monday, November 11th.
All right, so you have
it's in the trades. It's in the section with the trades, I believe.
Yeah.
The fixed range volume profile
with the position tool.
And that lines up with the R1.
Why don't you draw it on the board? Is what we're saying. You're gonna want to move the chart. You're gonna want to move the chart to your right more.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to do the fixed range?
Yeah, but you're gonna want to move your chart first.
Oh, okay.
You need November 11th. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
November 11th. All right, so you're starting from here.
Yeah, but you got to get the tool now.
No, I know. Just wanted to make sure.
Down one. It's where the position tool is. Go down one more. Yeah.
Start from the bottom.
Of November 11th. Yeah. It doesn't matter like where you pull it up. Just pull it to current price action.
Oh, okay.
All the way to your right. Pull it to your right.
Right here?
Yep.
Top.
All right. And so the value area.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's not it, is it?
It's a little bit higher, but yeah, it's essentially the high of the range.
So that 96.
You can tell his value area high is because the candles are brighter on the volume candles. Yeah. So they're brighter, and then the ones that are out of the range are not as bright.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, I'm keeping my eye out for those levels, and that's what I do. Is I do the fixed range volume profile when I trade. I use that instead of the fib 50% premium discount tool, because it's essentially the same thing. It's just the inside is a little different.
All right. Well, I'm done on my end.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. I think if we want, we can carry it to the after show if anybody's feeling froggy. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Go to cartoonmoneyprinters.com, click the Start Now button, and then you'll be led to whoop.com. And if you do sign up with us, make sure to link your TradingView and your Discord account to whoop.com into your profile there, so that way you can get access to our indicators and access to the Discord. So, all right.
Yeah, thank you guys.